Hello, world. Welcome back to another episode of After the Break. I am Jay Paul. Here with a special guest, man. He's an author and co-writer of Embracing Authentic Love, Building a Successful Relationship. He's the host of One Epitome Unfiltered with his wife, Trina G. He's the creator of the YouTube channel, Soup Jones. Also, the upcoming album, Cinder Shadow. And in addition with that, coming up in June, there will be a live narrative rendition of Cinder Shadow as well. Welcome to After the Break, Cruize the Icon. What's happening with you, good brother? How you feeling today?
Hey, great. That was a great introduction. Shout out to Jay Paul for having me on here. No doubt. No doubt. It's already something. Look, if we here together, it's already something. It's already magic. You know what I mean?
I'm tired, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. So, Cruize.
Yeah.
Tell us, man, where to start for you, man, back in Philly?
Well, man, it started. Well, it's crazy that you asked me how it started because on the project, on Cinder Shadows, for me, how it started is the last track of the song, the last track of the project called Rain. But where it started for me, especially on this music journey, it all started from my grandma, the late Bishop Geneva Fulton, just homing me to be able to create, be able to go up there on the drums or the piano or to arrange a song, things of that nature. So she instilled a lot of those things in me. My dad was a drummer, and he taught me a lot. I used to play next to my dad. So he's taught me a lot, man. It's just staying grounded. So yeah, it started at the church for me. And then it just transferred on to other things in my life where I actually picked up that sampler, Beat Machine, and started rocking out with my friend that I met in the 7th grade, the late, great DJ Eastwood. So Eastwood would do these beats back and forth. If you remember how people used to do beats with the turntables, he used to put the one together. So it was me and him, and along with a few other people, man, we just started rocking and jamming, bought a sampler, and then it was go time for me there. That's when I knew that I wanted to really actually pursue not just being an MC, but being a producer and all those other things. So if it wasn't for my homie, DJ Eastwood, shout out to DJ Eastwood and his family for homing me and homing my skills, I'm here now, so. Oh, and I did, and Urban Expressions. Shout out to Urban Expressions. So Urban Expressions is a show that's been around for many decades, and I actually co-host the show, the radio show with Shelly Shell back in Philly. So just imagine like 106 in Park before 106 in Park came. That's where you got your stuff from, or your videos and everything from. So from doing interviews to everybody who came in through, to me starting to be on the other side, I did those things too. So shout out to Shelly Shell and Urban Expressions in Philly for holding it down, and I was able to do some things with that.
That's what's up, because that's where I met you, in radio.
Right.
Yeah, over in Power. We both at the same station.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. That's the. And you know what, man, Cruize? Back in the day, man, like, I'm in my 40s, so I was around when hip hop started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the masses, rather. You know what I mean? I know it started in the 70s, but I was just born,
Right. Yeah.
But most MCs started from DJing. For me, man, the reason I wanted to do radio and broadcasting in the first place, what made me love music, was I lived right next door to a DJ, Donna B.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I used to hear him cutting up, breaking, back, like you said, back when records were records.
Right.
Swapping out, man, transforming, all that, man, mixing, blending, so, and it made me want to rap, because the boom bap, man, you couldn't deny the boom bap.
Right.
You couldn't deny the boom bap. Right. It was our era. That was the sound, and that's authentic hip hop.
And I think for us in that era, you get a lot of the people in that age cluster that's still doing it, because it been around our whole life. This is what we know. You know what I mean? We know the boom, the bap. We know how to put these things together because either we the same age as hip hop, rap, or whatever, or like we just got that buzz, that creativity within us. Like where I'm from, everybody got a verse for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the spitters in Philly, man. I already know
Oh yeah,
y'all the threat.
yeah. And I'm from North Philly, so there's a lot of spitters there. You know, Meek, Gilly, all those people. You know, we really doing something there in Philly. So
In Philly, on the hip hop scene back in the 80s and 90s,
uh-huh.
we predominantly saw just hip artists out of New York because that's where the industry was.
Right.
So, what was the scene like in Philly back then when hip hop was first popping in the 80s and 90s? Was it as large as it was, in all other regions?
Yeah, I would say it's very large because unlike other places, um, New York and Philly are like brothers, like cousins. Some other places don't be like that, and we only 2 hours away. So a lot of Philly artists like Cruize, Steady B. Like I used to live down the block from Cruize, played basketball with Cruize, Steady, all them Cash Money. The not Cash Money Records, but we had DJ
The
Cash Money
original
and
Cash Money.
everything down. In Philly, you had 3 times Dope. Back in those times, Larry Lair. We had a lot of people in Philly. Schoolie D. Will Smith. So we really like been in that clutch of the tri-state. So Philly was popping, man. And plus we had Philly International Records also. So we had the set. So you still got the sound of Philly. You got the roots of Philly. So you think about these sounds, like even me being down at the 444 building, which was Jazzy Jeff's studio, Touch of Jazz. You had a lot of people that came out of there. You had Music Soul Child, Aries, Jill Scott, Kendrick. A lot of those people came to Touch of Jazz and created that sound, that you've heard in that early 2000s era, where I was in the studios with them, with Vidal and Dre, arranging and doing some things down there. Shout out to DJ Sat One. He was cool with Eastwood. So and my man Lou, shout out to Lou. So we would be there in those sessions, and that gave me great insight on what I wanted to do further as far as arranging and all those things, because I was in the mix. I was in the mix with some of the people that was doing a thing. Like my man Gilly. Gilly is my dog. It's my bro. He started with us along at Cabrini College because I played basketball. You see, he's still playing basketball like that. And so shout out to Gilly for really kind of homing in on his skills at that time. So he went away, I went away, and it started there. So the hip hop scene is just dope, and that up to now, where you got youngins like Core. Don't forget, of course, Meek, Uzi Vert. Eve is from Philly. Pink is from, like, just the culture of music in Philly is dope. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing about that. All those artists you just named, they all have a different sound. They all got a different sound. Man, I'm talking about just a total different sound. Every artist, so it's so many styles come out of Philly, man. It's just, everything is good and everybody spit.
Everybody
Everybody
got
spit.
a even Chocolate Drop, Kevin Hart, even he got a verse.
Man, Chocolate Drop can't rap, man. Chocolate Drop don't have no bars,
but
man.
just to say, he's came out of Philly, and a lot of great things creatively happens in Philly, happens in those blocks, man.
That's what's up, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, your sound, man. So, man, where'd you get your sound? Because your sound isn't a traditional Philly hip hop artist sound. I would think more like Memphis. You know what I'm saying? More like, more like Memphis. So, man, where'd you get your sound and your style, man?
I would say, I could say that it's just me, but it's not. It's like I said, I grew up in the church, so the things that you hear me say or what I rap about, it's with conviction. It's not just I'm here to rap or I'm here to MC. I'm here to really let you hear the message come from me because, man, I think I'm a chameleon. And shout outs to my niece Chameleon, who's also on the card with me on June 20th. And especially on this project, she really helped me out a lot. I really tapped into Chameleon, her sound, her nature, her love, her passion, everything. I tapped in on that. But I would say it's a style of many. I want you to get the message. I want you to hear and see and feel. I want to be able that once you take my words off that song and you see the words, you'll be able to feel the words without the music even going behind me. But because I'm a drummer and I play a little bit of chords, I'm flowing, with it. So I don't think I sound like I'm from Philly, but if you hear me talk, I'm all Philly. You know what I mean? I'm all Philly.
Right.
But I just wanted to, especially on this project, to bring some light, and some comfort, what I'm saying, to a lot of issues that people are going through, and don't understand. But there is me, the person to bring it to you how I am. So I don't think nobody that I hear is bringing this message to the masses.
Yeah, because some of your lyrics, man, they do sound rather spiritual.
Yeah.
Especially in your new single "Break." To me, it sounds like a testimonial in a way, and also sounds like a song of conviction. But also, speaking of a song that's talking about consequences and accountability. So, "Break," man, what was the inspiration behind that?
Oh man, I have been off the grid. I've been off the grid from everything. Something that I've never done in my life. I've been off the grid, social media, don't even no calls from anyone. I was just in the space, and thank God I was in that space. And I could say even with the project, it really took me about 2 weeks to really come up with it. Just the audio part of it, not the visual what people are going to see on the 20th. But I came up with it. Everything was just flowing. And I can tell you the date, man. It was September the 15th for me, where my life kind of changed and I really started looking at me and the scale of things and what I am and who I am. So break actually came from the break that I needed to take, the break that I must take for me to have this new life to go further. So a lot of the things and a lot of the people I had to not even focus on, and for me, it was like, I'm watching y'all because, and the knowledge that I was getting, and like you said, it is a spiritual aspect to me, but I like to say I am the link between science and spiritual. So if you get science and spiritual, you get me. You get this. You get break. Man, I'm watching you break. State with a badge on, unicorns with a latch on. So that's me on this. That's me on this journey of conviction. You know what I'm saying? Got to get this. Like I'm really like understanding myself more so than other people. But while I'm understanding myself, because right now I live in darkness, bro. I live in the shadows, man. I live into whatever I got going on. Like you see, I got Suit John. I got One Epitome of Phil. I got a lot of things going on, but there was a lot of things that I was taking in that I shouldn't have. So that's how break came about. I started seeing and recognizing me. But in the project, how it is. Break is actually, and I can tell you the break is actually like the eighth cut that's on there. So even though break is the single, there's a path that you're going to see on this project, and you're going to hear it on this project. So you got something like Thank You that I sent you, and then you got MVSFVSM, which I sent you. So that's one, that's two, and those 9 tracks can show you the journey that I have been on within these last 9 to 10 months that I'm just never going to stop at. So I'm just watching them.
Man, talking about being broken and going through a journey. Because that's where I am in life right now. These last few years, man, been whoo. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Cruise. Last year, man, was my first time ever repenting. You know what I'm saying? For any and all my sins, man. I'm talking about Cruise, man. I broke down for almost 2 hours just crying, and I hit my knees. Man, I'm talking about everything flashed before me. And I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening to my mind, right? Throughout the day, I tried to think about my past. You know what's crazy, Cruise? I couldn't remember one thing. I couldn't remember nothing. It's like my memory was swept clean. It's weird, man, you know. And so, bro, I applaud you, man, for being on your spiritual journey, good brother, man, and embracing it. Because change can be difficult at times for some of us, you know. So especially as a man, and speaking for myself, you know, a lot of times our egos can be attached to our past, you know, and but you know, when aging and evolving in life, you know, reaching different levels and accomplishments, and you know, in your case, you know, you're married and stepping into a position of leadership, you have to show up and walk as a different person, as a different man. It's just maturing, man, different levels, you know.
You're absolutely right, because that was me. You know, that was me when I was seeing the thing. I mean, it really wasn't as I look in hindsight. So I looked in hindsight. So that project that you hear is maybe 2 weeks of me going through. Like you said, you that was 2 hours for you, right? Just imagine me coming off the grid and I have nothing, not talking to nobody, no kids, no homies that I knew for 20, 30, 40 years, none of that. No mom, no dad, no nothing. It was just me and pure silence. And that's when I truly got all the answers, bro. Like, I had to step away. You know, I had to step away from everything to understand that, there was emotional betrayal, you know, that I was given, because I was given so much to so many people and not really knowing that I am number one, that I am. I don't need to play number 2 to sharpen you anymore. That's how you get the other cut that I just sent you, because to me, that is, and that cut, the reason why it's named that way is me versus friend versus me. But I didn't want to make the title too long, so I just put the MVSFVSM. So when you see that and when you hear that, it clearly talks about detaching, and detaching from the world, detaching from the friends that we so much like, man, this is our environment, that gotta be my friend, this, that, and you find yourself keep coming back, you know, and I'm like, I kept coming back for what? For what reason? You know, I didn't need to, but I was fighting myself, because we are so much taught to be kind, you know, to scratch others back, to do all these other things. And in the midst of that, you forget about yourself and you keep doing whatever you feel is normal. And I'm floating in this portal because I don't know where to go, you know? So that's how that song came out, because I didn't know where to go. But what I found out was, bro, that it was me. It wasn't no one else. I have to be on this journey of self-mastery for me, and not for no one else, not for no validation, not for no applause. No, let's get to work. And in that time, me and the wifey, and we came up with the soup joint. You know, we came up with a lot of things because I didn't really have those things on me, man. I really didn't have those things on me anymore. I did the same exact thing that you said, and for me, I believe that shift was something else. You know, so it was needed. It was needed for me.
Man, that's beautiful, man. And man, I applaud you for embracing that, good brother. You know what I'm saying? Because shifting is something we have to do at some point. That's a part of motion. You
Right.
know, and the blessing is, as a man, you were able to be blessed with a queen.
Right.
And man, like you just
Absolutely.
mentioned, Soup Jones.
Absolutely.
But also you two are joined at the hip, man, and at the mind,
Yeah.
because you also wrote a blueprint to your success as a couple. Not only
Yes.
just a couple, but as far as marriage, embracing authentic love, building a successful relationship, which is out right now on Amazon. What inspired that to share the gift of love from your marriage?
Right. Hmm. So here's what happened. You know, she's from Milwaukee. I'm from Philly. We met here, you know, in Arizona. And if for people in Arizona, for people who are from other places and they come to Arizona, one of the things that they say, especially us, they say, "Oh, there's no dating scene. You know, man, it's hard out here." Because I was saying that when I first came. I was like, "Damn, it's kind of hard out here because the sisters was used to what they used to out here, and the brothers are used to doing what they're doing out here." So she experienced that. I experienced that. So we've been together 5 years. So I can say maybe within, after like that second year, we started writing a book. Like, man, you know what? How can we help other people who's in our position? Um, I would say, especially here in Arizona, but that's just for anywhere, any person. Like, let's just say you from Glendale, and this other person is from Santan. Y'all still grew up kind of differently. But how do you embrace those things? So for us, we said, okay, we're going to create an outline, create a self-help, create things, just little tidbits that you can do to help your communication with your partner, whether it's married, being married, getting engaged. Are you dating for intent? Like you trying to get married? Because I can tell you, when I first came here, I wasn't trying to get married, but it just came upon me, and I was like, and for me, the person who I am, I was like, wow, you know, and me being a creator, and you know, I was like, let's write this book and let's help others. Let's help others along the way and show that it can be done, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And I am so blessed that I have a partner to create all these things with. Even with the narration, as you see on that flyer, she's the narrator. You know what I'm saying? She's the narrator of this whole thing. And you know, the videos that I have out here, you know, she's the director, you know, and she's not just the director or the narrator because she's my wife. She's good at what she does. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Because man, your visuals are beautiful. You also
Thanks.
have a podcast that you two do together.
Yep, one epitome unfiltered. Yep, one
Yep,
epitome unfiltered.
and man, one thing I would like to say about that what you two are doing together, right, is the fact that you mentioned 5 years, only 5 years being together.
Right.
But man, you accomplished so much.
Yeah.
You know, and to the viewers out there, I really would like for you all to focus in on that. How productive they are together to keep each other going and supporting each other's purpose and abilities. Just like you and your skill set, Cruize, you talented, man. You know,
Thank you.
to be able to DJ, produce, also MC, and also shoot visuals, to have a spouse that's able to help you like that in ways that also carry equal talents and skills, man. Man, that's beautiful, man. So I applaud you both for that, man. Because
Thank you, brother. She is actually on 2 songs on the project. She's
I
singing on
love.
2 songs.
Oh man, so y'all just killing the game together.
Yeah. She's
Together.
singing on the song called Free and Rain.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
On One Epitome Unfiltered, that's on Spotify and digital platforms, man. You two talk about titles all the way from within the first year of marriage, work, wives, and husbands. You know, the 9 to 5 job, Heart flutters, me, myself, and balancing my time and relationships. I'm talking
Yeah.
about very important topics, man. Out of the closet, parenting perspectives, been very tough topics. Also within marriage, because you really have to be courageous to love, and you
Yeah.
have to be very selfless to share your time with somebody like that, man. Because marriage can be very demanding of you, and it compels you to do what you're doing right now. So, man, how are the people receiving what it is that you two have produced together through your literature and your podcast?
I would say we get good responses, man. We get good feedback, and I believe we get good feedback because, like I said, they hear the conviction. They hear, I guess people want to say realness, but they get a little insight on what it is of the magic that you can have. Everybody that get don't just because you get with somebody, that don't mean the dots has been connected. Because as you see on that one topic, we talked about like just within the marriage and how can you grow just with yourself, because sometimes it's kind of hard. Like if you see yourself growing this way and your partner is growing this way, like how do we reel those things back in? And just to touch on, during this time in these 9 months, not only have we been doing Soup Joe and Ascended Shadows, we got Embracing Authentic Love Volume 2 is already done and complete. We got Season 2 of One Epitome Unfiltered. Season 2 is already complete. So all these things that we're doing because we were really off the grid, but coming fast forward to One Epitome Unfiltered, the second season, we talk about getting together this first year of marriage and really kind of getting into relationships when we are at this age. Because at this age, unlike if you in your 20s or in your 30s, there's certain issues that you didn't have. So let's take, for instance, we at this age in our life that some people that you may talk to me about or whatever the case may be, they done passed. You may have an uncle, a special uncle, an aunt, a dad, my grandma, which passed last year. She was able to see the one who gave a lot to me, but short lived. So we talk about those things because let me tell you, like my father-in-law passed he passed last year. We got married September the 20, we got married September the 3rd, 2023. He passed in January, right? So you think about it, man, that's not a lot of time, with someone. Um, and now you getting to know the parents and this, that, and the third. But see, us in our age and our community, we may face issues and face problems like that which is tough. You know what I'm saying? Which is tough in a marriage because now it's up to me, or it's up to her when it was my grandmother, me when it was her dad, to really kind of navigate through these issues because it can be a tough time. There's people that's 40, 50, 60 years old out here. Oh, 60 and single. Why? 50 and single. Why? 40 and single. Why?
Right.
There's things that you just don't want to do. There's communication you just don't want to do. There's
Right.
you. There's you that have to work on you. And I'm not talking about just listening to motivational stuff and all like that. I'm talking about really digging deep. I'm talking about taking a sabbatical. I'm talking about getting off the grid for 9 months and nobody hearing from you and they calling everybody else. So to us, that didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? To us, that didn't matter because there was a break that was needed within me. There was a break that was needed within her so we can grow. I can grow individually. You know what I mean? I can start getting back into my because for us and for me, that made us like, yeah, all right, now I see what's going on. Now I see how you was rocking in your 20s or in your 30s or when you was doing your thing. Oh, this is you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I wasn't able to show that part of me because a lot of the people just wasn't around to give her those things or vice versa. So we got to do this ourselves. You know, we got to stay committed ourselves. We got to be one epitome. You know what I'm saying? We got to be the epitome of this thing and communicate and talk about the differences. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Embrace the authenticness of it.
Absolutely. And you two are great examples, man. Just of that, man, being great examples of a union. I didn't know it before, but I know it now. And I'll definitely be supporting even more, brother, and sharing the word, man. That's One Epitome Unfiltered. That's also the book, Embracing Authentic Love, Building a Successful Relationship, that's out right now for purchase on Amazon. And part two, volume two, that'll be out in the near future. Soup Jones, as you mentioned, is also available on YouTube. Great reviews on that, man. I like the content. That's some dope content, man. Hey, man, I never considered that. That's a very, very unique concept. People
Yes.
go and test and taste food and do restaurant reviews all over the nation, all over the world. But I never saw anybody taste soups. You know, and the crazy thing is, man, you think about it. Everybody all over the world, no matter the culture or race, loves soup. Everybody eats soup.
We love soup.
Soup is, man, it's universal. You know what I mean? So it's dope, man. That's a dope concept. I love that, man.
It's just me and her. You know, she's a very great cook, and she was actually about to, you know, just go and do some soups. So, you know, she is the number one soup critic. You know, because I would taste some things. I'm like, Dad, babe, you gave it a 3. I taste it and I'll be like, yeah, it is a 3. You know what I mean? Or those, if you watch it, those 5s, I'm on. Look, I got a whole edit, you know, or of the 5s that I'm like, But what it is, and for us, bro, a lot of the things that we do is unscripted. She's unscripted. It's nothing that's written down. It's pure authenticity. It's pure authenticity from the soup John, and that's what we wanted to give out, so you can really see her expressions when she tells you what ingredients it is, the taste, the texture, the appearance, you know. And we do go all over the world. We done been to Milwaukee, Chicago, back to Philly, New York, Indiana, here. So we really going all across the world to taste these soups.
That's super dope. But one thing I heard her say on one video, she never tried lentil soup. I want to recommend a spot in the West Valley, man, out in Avondale. She gotta try the lentil soup. It's a Greek spot. I'll tell you about it when we get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll definitely hit that up.
Oh man, great lentil soup, man. Take you back to your youth. Oh yeah, for sure. So man, Cinder Shadow.
Yes.
Cinder Shadow, man. That's a title. Because one thing about your music, I will say, man, and what you do, even in this interview, man, you're very thought provoking. You know what I'm saying? You're deeper than the surface, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're a few layers down. You know what I'm saying? And down and up. You know what I'm saying? As above, so is below. You know what I mean? But you're deep. You're deep. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes your music, man, and what you're presenting so attractive. So Cinder Shadow and the narrative presentation on Friday, June 20th in Philly. Tell us all about that, man. And also, what inspired the title?
Okay. So I'm going to go from what inspired the title. Originally, the title was going to be No Anchors. Me and DJ Eastwood, we actually, I'm going to say early 2000s, I did a whole album called No Anchors. And I never put it out. It's just lost music, I guess. But everything was like full circle to me. And you're talking about, that's probably like over 2 decades ago. So for me, I always, like, if you hear the song, I always play number 2. And knowing that I was number 1, knowing that I was number 1, and I am one of one, I didn't really kind of take the mantle because I always really wanted to see others shine, right? But I had, during my break really showed me the brilliance that I am. And in order to do that, I had to burn some shit down. So I really burned the old me, killed the old me, and everything else around me. Like you said, man, I don't remember nothing before that date. Like, remember you said that, bro? I don't remember anything before that date means nothing to me. Whether it's a relationship, a homie, an entity, a business I tried, or whatever the case may be, a failed creation, doesn't matter. None of that before then doesn't matter to me. So now, from then on, it's just the brilliance of me. So, but what I had to do in that time, bro, I had to burn. I had to burn shit down. I had to sit like a cinder in the midst of that fire, in the midst of my own damn fire. You feel what I'm saying? And now, for me, because I've been out, been seen, been all these other things, now I'm in my shadow. Because I'm not only the person who I am that other side of me. I am. So this project, I'm saying to people, you are not surprised. You shouldn't be surprised, but you're not shocked either. You're not shocked that this thing can happen. So right now, that's how Send the Shadow came up. It was supposed to be no anchors because, of course, you don't want no anchors on your ride. But it's Send the Shadows because that's where I'm at. I'm in the fire. I'm in the fire now still, bro. And that fire forged what you see now at this present moment. That fire that I still sit in. I have to be there. I have to be there. I have to endure the Cinder Shadow. I have to give you everything. I have to give you all of me, not just some of me, to create this false illusion or this facade or this mask. Nah, the mask is off and others' masks are still on, and they've been on because I came back after 9-10 months and people are doing the same thing. So here I am. I'm giving you Cinder Shadow because I burned shit down and I'm in the flames. And that's how it is.
Cinder Shadow, bro. You the truth, man. The song Break, the single that's out right now, Cinder Shadow, dropping soon in its completion. Embracing authentic love, out right now. One Epitome Unfiltered, and the YouTube channel Soup Jones. Man, it's Cinder Shadow, man, that's coming out, man. It'll be live in Philly, Friday, June 20th, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 2428 North Fair Hill Street in Philly. If you're out in the Philly area and surrounding areas, put it on your calendar right now, man, and don't miss it. June 20th, Friday, 7 to 10 p.m.
And
hey, man.
The album actually come out 6/6/25. So you'll be able to hear Cinder Shadow on June 6th, right? And then you're going to see the narration that me and my wife put together for every song on there. Every song on Cinder Shadow will be a visual art of some sort. Different visual arts with each song. So it's going to be filmed. It's actually going to be filmed like a theater play narrative. So.
That's going to be dope, man. So before we get out of here, Cruize, man, tell the people how they can tap in with you on all DSP, man, and also social media.
Well, of course, it's Cruize the Icon on Instagram, right? Also on TikTok. So I actually was gone. So a lot of those things, a lot of my stuff that I had, like I told you before, then I don't even have on there. So it's just coming back up, just running back up. So I will be putting some things on there. But Instagram, Cruize the Icon. TikTok, Cruize the Icon. Yeah, you can find me on there.
And there it is. And while you're doing that, man, make sure you check out the new single, Break. Right now, that's out, man. Break, and it's a banger.
Break. Man, I'm watching you break. Hey, break. Yeah, break. Yeah, break. Oh, break. Oh, break. Man. Oh.
And also that Cinder Shadow. So yo, man, yo, Cruize Icon, man. Thank you for being with me, man. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, man, and the history too. And so, so once again, man, tell the people where to come out to on June 20th out in Philly.
Hey, man, come on out June 20th. Cinder Shadow. Yeah. Hosted by Shelly Shell. Narrated by my wifey Trina G. And also Chameleon in the building. And shout out to Flame and Fuse, which is my sister's company, Flame and Fuse, for sponsoring the event. So shout outs to my sis Big Meek. Shout outs to Chameleon for putting it on, who's Shelly Shell. Most of all, my amazing, beautiful wife Trina G. And most importantly, the icon.
That's what's up. There it is, man. And man, I'm glad you're back. You're back like you never left, and you're back even harder, man. So much love and respect to you, man, for your journey and for coming back, man, stronger, man, and all the great things that you and your wife are doing for the people in the community, man. Even if you don't know it, man, we watching. And I'm going to definitely have my eye out for you, man, from here on out. And that's the truth.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother J. Paul, for having me on, man. It's been a minute, but also it's been a blessing just busting it up with you. You feel what I'm saying? Because we always see each other in passing, but now we locked in, brother.
That's what's up, man, for sure, man. Hey, man, till next time, man. Respect and salute. We gone.
What you did was envy and rage. Now you free to speak your truth on the grand stage. No more fake rampage. Your ops lost his mind in this man cave. You tried to slay the king after all I done. And this how you do your day one? Shit, man, I'm free.
Free your fake friends. You intend